In this video, I want to show you what vibrational fascia release technique, or VFRT, looks like from the standpoint of a student when you go to Astron Academy and access your course. All of our courses are accessible through our website, through your My Library after you log in. And then you would click on VFRT certification program, and you would be brought to a page that looks like this. This is what the program or the courseware looks like on our website. You're brought automatically to the dashboard, which is the center or the right-hand side of this screen. And you can see that there's a welcome video that's going to be some of the information that I'm going to talk to you about right now. Down below the video is some other information pertaining to this course, and it gives you my email address that you can contact me directly. Once we get into this, I'll show you another way to communicate with me throughout the course. On the left-hand side is the main menu, and it makes sense to follow that courseware from the top to the bottom, work your way down. They do build, the concepts build upon themselves. And our courses have a module, and then within that module, there's lessons. And then there's some other things other than lessons you might encounter. The first module in VFRT is VFRT Fundamentals. It's going to explain what VFRT is and talk a little bit about the tuning fork, because we use the 128 hertz weighted tuning fork as our primary method throughout VFRT. Now, there are a couple different ways that we put this information out to you, a couple different formats. And if you notice, there are icons to the left of each of these lessons. And if I go down to one of these VFRT core skills, you can see that it looks like a play button, and that's an indicator that this is a video-based lesson. Back up here to VFRT Fundamentals, if I clicked on what is VFRT, that is also a video-based lesson. You can see that the videos are nice and large on the screen. It should look nice no matter what screen you're using, whether you're using a mobile device or a desktop. And then if you scroll down, you can see that there is not only a video, but there's some text underneath it as well. And on this first video, this is where you're going to get your student guide. This download link right here would download a PDF, and this student manual is about 809 pages right now. I know that's a lot to print out, and I wouldn't recommend printing the entire thing out, but the second half of the manual has the step-by-step protocols that we use throughout the course. So those I would recommend printing out. Now, I have already accessed this particular lesson, and it's showing me by these icons the progress that I've made throughout that lesson. There's a little pie chart thing that increases or starts to fill up as I go through this lesson, and that would indicate how much of the video, in this case, since it's a video-based lesson, how much of the video I've viewed at this point. So the icons showing that it's a video-based lesson is going to be replaced by a progress icon, and they do show how much progress I have in the video itself. This 5 P's of effective vibration therapy, it's a little square. It looks like it's a document only lesson, so things you're going to read. Now, the next module is VFRT core skills, and we have 10 of them. These are really important core skills that if you can master these skills, then everything else should come a little bit easier, a little bit better, because anywhere from fork correctly, how do you strike it, where you strike it, the palpation core skill is so important, because this is our way of finding out where to place the tuning fork. So you're pressing, you're palpating, you're feeling for where those inflammation pockets are. We're going to show you how to do that. But before we even get into the protocols, we want to show you what that skill is, so that as you perfect those 10 core skills, while using VFRT. If you can get those core skills mastered, then you should be really good at VFRT, and everything else you kind of learn through experience. Or we show you some starting protocols that'll help you know some of the things that we've done in our healing center over time, and that Bobby Joe has done when she's developed this. It'll show you what you need to focus on. Then the third module is starting the protocol sets, or the protocol modules. And the first one is going to be hand and wrist. The first lesson is going to be a video lesson that's going to show you the protocol. I would say not necessarily just the protocol, but it's going to show you how she palpates, how Bobby Joe uses specific things. It'll discuss everything that you need to know in that particular region of the body. So every area of the body is going to have a video. Then it's going to have an assessment. This is a multiple choice 10 question assessment. It's going to let us know if there's something that you need to go back and study. It's not that big of an assessment. It's each one of these modules has one. 10 questions. It's going to give you the answers at the end anyways. And then a case report is your ability to tell us how you've worked on somebody. So you would practice. It doesn't necessarily need to be in the while doing clinical work. It can be you working on someone else other than yourself, of course, and it should be human. So you would do these case reports. It's the same form you just fill out, and that gets sent directly to us, and that just shows us what your experience is. And of course, after these case reports, we would have a live video one-on-one with us, so that we can discuss and answer any questions, and we'd go over these case reports with you. So I'm backing up to, there's what the assessment will look like. You just hit start now and you go through the assessment. It'll ask you 10 questions. Then you can see that there's modules here for forearm and elbow, upper arm and shoulder, upper back and spine, lower back and hip, leg and knee, ankle and foot. In the abdomen section, there's a lot of different areas that we focus on, including digestion, male and female, pregnancy, things you need to focus on. We've grouped them into different lesson areas. We also have head and neck, which also has lessons specific for any face pain, like you might have some nerve damage within the face. And then when you're working on the throat itself, that's been separated into its own set of lessons. And then we have a sub module within that where we talk about sinus pressure, because there's a lot of videos there on taking the sinuses in the face and making sure that you're flushing that fluid pressure correctly. And then we included a bonus module called Cranial Brain Drain. This is a standalone mini course, but we felt that this would be a good bonus to give you as you're going through this program, because typically that would be something that we would do quite often, probably 10% of the time in our own healing center, where you would need to take the fluid pressure that's built up in the head for whatever particular reason and be able to perform that particular thing. It's not technically VFRT. It can be its own standalone thing, but that would be a good thing to add on to your coursework. All right, so I'm going back up and clicking on dashboard. It's going to take me back out to where we were before. You can see over on the right-hand side, there is a logo, the logo for VFRT for your own marketing purposes. And if I make any announcements, it'll be under this tab here, or I'll just send out an announcement directly to everyone who is currently a student. VFRT, that first lesson, if I scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see that there's a comment field. There's going to be one on each lesson. So if there's something specific to that lesson you had a question about, as soon as you fill out the comment field, it sends it directly to me. And then I can also answer you on here in case you had a question that some other student later on might also have. That would be good for you to review it, especially like, if there's a sound issue with the video that I need to work on, or if something didn't make sense to you, it might not make sense to other students that take the course after you. So keep in mind that this is going to be available. It's going to be visible to all the students after that take the course after you or while you're taking it. All right, so each one of those courses, they're going to be marked complete on your main menu. And that is what the VFRT certification program looks like as far as accessing it on Astrion Academy. Hope to see you soon.